Hey, thank you for giving me a chance to talk to you in any way but this in athletics. I'm glad you are there, my subscriber. Thank you for being loyal, staying with me, giving me motivation, inspiration, giving me company, and being part of the puzzle of the community here. I appreciate you as you are. Thank you for standing by, staying with me, letting the pilot here give you the narrative. I really appreciate you guys. Listen, I don't take anybody for granted. This day and age, to have any loyalty, to have any following, and if you are passionate about the subject matter you engage in, is a good thing. For me, you can tell, I'm a purist when it comes to sports, mostly athletics. I take it religiously. And if that is pushing the envelope, let it be. Because life for me begins with how you look at sports and how you look at life. They are synonymous. We train for to be a gold medalist, run a marathon, a 5K. And life is about those training those muscles. And sports is no exception. Sports is for that. And today we're having a stopover in New York on Sunday. New York has turned out to be a gathering place for the best of best. We've had the women event, which is become a yearly now. Is it their second season? And the New York is becoming this, and this city that has been known to be a place of big things. And I think big things favors New York this weekend in Millrose preview for me 2026. Four-time winner in the mile is my conversation starting point. I'm a big fan of Yared Nuguse. I think he's a guy who's maverick. He's a risk taker. He's a front runner. We saw that in national championship, and he's coming here trying to be the fourth time he's going to win the mile. And the question is, what do we gonna see on Sunday with Yared Nuguse? That's the big question because we haven't seen much of him all season since last year. And stay with me here for a conversation because, as I say, I'm a big fan of Yared Nuguse. I think you have to say that Yared is a likable guy. I mean, I've had very close contact. He shook my hand. Maybe that's what happens. You connect with people and athletes. And for me, Yared Nuguse indoor season, we haven't seen much, but we'll see something. Will we see anything close to what he did last year with a 446 mile world record that only lasted 10 days? Which Nuguse are we going to see on Sunday? That's a big question. And for me, given the kind of racer he is, given what he does, a risk taker, a man who doesn't hold back and says, you know what, let's go to the twilight. Let's meet at the twilight. And he's, other than the Paris 1500 where Jacob kind of overtook him on that twilight mentality and took it to another level. And then we had him coming back with a bronze medalist. Yared Nuguse is known as a front runner. He doesn't know anything else. He's reckless, if you want to say that. But that's what earns him admiration. Maybe I'm pouring too much love on this guy and I haven't seen much of him this season. But I like the guy. He's like, you know what? Why hold back if you've been training? If you are ready, take it. Just take it from the gun. Wire to wire last year, 446. He takes a knee, he takes a bow. He's a world record holder. He deserved it. And then 10 days later, it went to Oslo with Engbreson. That's fine. And so here he comes back on Sunday. But before we anoint him, before when we think Yared has what it is that he's going to defend his four-time mile win in Millrose, let's consider the field and let's be very, very candid. It won't be easy. There's a hot kid on the block who is trying to redeem his season that was pathetic last year. We are talking of Hobbs Kessler, world record holder in 2K. He's back and he spoke. I shared what I thought he spoke about his coaching, about his mental way as that has been revolutionized. He's talking of he stand on a notch. He doesn't squeeze the kick. He doesn't just squeeze it in. He explodes. He was very candid. He was open. He was telling us, this is what I do. I explode. That is a challenge Nuguse has. That is the man he has to deal with. Grant Fisher tried that in a 2K last week. Took it from the gun. He was a front runner. Grant Fisher paid the price when Hobbs Osler exploded in the back straight. The rest is history. He's a world record holder in 2K. Nuguse, notoriously a front runner, will do the same on Sunday. Mark my word. Nuguse will be like, gun is off, gun is gone. That's what he does. I see this unfolding the same way Grant Fisher did it. I'm just laying it out. Hobbs Hobsler, when he told us, when he gave us that mental way of looking at things, where it's like, I'm going to explode, that's exactly what is the same script, the same results. The question for me is what kind of time are we looking at in the mile on Sunday? My crystal ball, my research, my whatever investigation into the mind of these athletes is that is he going to have a back-to-back records, Hobbs, Kessler? Because that's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at Nuguse almost playing as a pacemaker. He's going to be sacrificed again as Nuguse has been. I like the guy, but that finishing power is not with him at the moment. It's with Hobbs Kessler. Kessler knows how to finish. He's going to finish strong. It's going to be a back straight or whatever. It could be a home straight delivery by Hobbs. It's going to come exploding. It could be an implosion too. Anything can happen. It could be explosion, but I'm going with explosion for Hobbs Kessler. 446, 447, that's my time range I'm looking at. I don't see a world record back to back. Those are big events. The mile is challenging. It's 8 laps. It's tricky. It depends on how patient he gets when Nuguse takes the lead, which he's gonna do. That's what he does. That's Nuguse's game. Nugush, he's gonna take that thing, which he did last year when he went 446. Hobbs Kessler. Is he tired? Has he recovered from that glorious world record last week? Has he? That's the big question, because a week might look short, it might look long, depending on how his body recovers. Will he explode again or will he implode? Depending on how patient, on how quick the pace is. If Nuguse takes it to another level, the question will be for Hobbs. Will he be patient enough and stay within that striking range and explode? That is the mile for you, my friend. I'm still picking the world record holder. Since I haven't seen so much of Nuguse this season indoor, I'm picking Hobbs. He's hot, and his name is Hobbs. Kessler. He wins that mile. 446, 447. That's my margin of error in the mile. Oh, my friend, I'm not done. Oh, please, no, I'm not. Because the 3,000 women is a renewal of rivalry that we saw in the cross-country championship NCAA between Jen and Doris. I'm talking of BYU versus Alabama. I'm talking of those big names. I'm talking of, yes, why am I forgetting her last name? Sometimes when you have notes, those notes can be tricky, but bear with me here. I'm talking of, I'm talking of Doris Lemgole. Lemgole indoor season, she's still a student. We don't know what kind of training she's been doing. Jen, what's her name? Hengerston? Why am I forgetting their names, people? Okay, bear with me here. Some of these names can be challenging. And it's not that. It's because sometimes I blank out, which happens most when you have a lot in your head. So Doris and Jen, the renewal of rivalry that was cross country. 13 seconds was the winning gap. 13 seconds is a lot in cross country. It's a lot in any event, even on track. That's dominance. People don't appreciate gaps like that. I do. 13 seconds in any race on the track, cross country, is massive. It's not 100 meters, it could be 80. That's how strong Doris was against Jen. Jen has the record right now in the 5K, 14:44 indoor. She has that repertoire with her. She has that resume with her. She has 5K under her belt. She's a record holder. Doris is a steeple chaser. We know her for that. She's a sub 9 in 3000. She was in Tokyo. She did very well representing the country of Kenya. Doris Lemgole versus Jen. This is what I'm telling you right now. It's going to be another gap of a win for Doris. Mark my words. That wasn't a sham, the cross country. That wasn't just a blip in the calendar year of cross country. That was a statement. She's going to repeat the same thing on Sunday. Doris Lemgole over Jen. That's it for 3000. No more comments. That's the way it is. When you see dominance of 13 seconds, you're going to see it again here. It might not be 13 seconds, but it's going to be a win. 3000 Doris Lemgole. That's it. I'm moving on to the next subject. People might have a discussion. I've checked my episode where I thought about cross country coming into the championship last year in NCA. I made my comments and I won't repeat that here. I'm moving on because there's some good things happening. The men 600 meters, you know, the world record holder is still with Josh Howie, 112.74. Respect that. Respect Josh Howie. He's a world record holder right now. He's sitting on the throne by himself. I think he's skipping this one. I'm glad he's doing that because don't get burned out, Josh Howie. I'm becoming your fan. You know, since you took it from Wilson Kipketer, my friend, you might as well make friendship with me because you went for you took it straight up. 142.67. Now we have 142.50. Josh Howie is skipping Millrose. Good for him. I believe one of the things I'm a big fan is when we respect athletes' choices when it comes to rest. Rest is part of training. Rest is part of staying aware of the game plan. Big game plan. This guy, I think I've noticed one thing about Josh Howie. I didn't like his move still with his coach. I don't believe you should have dumped his coach. His coach was good for him. You need a coach to protect you from yourself. I repeat that. You need a coach to protect you from yourself, Josh Howie. I hope you find a good coach. I'm glad you're not doing it here. You are the world record holder. Take a break. Enjoy that money that comes with it. But here we have 600 meters event. World record, not even close. The field doesn't have it. The field is full of the young juggernaut in Cooper Lockenhaus. 145 last week. He looked inexperienced in that 800. I made my comments about that. He looked inexperienced, which is okay. At 17, your first debut with Nike, you look inexperienced, but you win. You win. That's a big deal in track, winning. You can win at any cost, but you win. It gets into your head that you are solid. You've established yourself. You have the basics things to work with. Cooper Lockenhauer here in the 600. Whatever times he gives himself, it's not about me. It's not about anybody else. It's not about anybody else at all. It's about Cooper continuing where he started in 145. Now he's stepping down to 600. It doesn't matter what happens. Is that he finishes that feeling good. That's it. He's my boy. Trust me. I'm a big fan of people who shake hands with me. I'm a big fan of what he does. I'm keeping an eye on him. I want success. I'm a big fan of 800. Cooper, man, just do your thing. Be safe. Be in the right place. Finish as you did in the Nationals. Come back on people. And that's it. And now, the women, they are having 1,000 meters. Sergei Duguma, the Ethiopian, we might see something about her. She's a 150s. I think this is not an event that I'm even talking about. Let me just say, Sergei Duguma is a Millrose. What is she going to do? No idea, which is okay. Because sometimes when you don't have anything to talk about, given the fact these people haven't given you anything else, it's okay. Duguma is back. Silver medalist is here from Ethiopia. She has to deal with Andy Wiley, Maggie Gunnarsson. Some of these names are not very familiar, but the biggest name for me is Duguma from Addis Ababa. For me, when you have people like that who've gone to the championships, they know how to win, but indoor can be very interesting for some of these athletes. So let's go to the event that I've been waiting to talk about. Let me take a sip. It's Donovan Brazier. Last week, I watched a clip of him doing the 600. Tactically, it wasn't very good. But that's the thing about indoor. It's a very tight curves. Lanes are 6 lanes or less. I think they are six. Yeah, depending on the track. And it kind of Donovan in that 600 let McPhillips, the Irish runner, get off from him. He tried to come back on him in the home straight. Again, Bryce Hoppel was in those lanes. He had to go to the third or fourth lane to get those legs moving. That's a tactical error. And indoor, the margin of error is unforgiving. If you lose your space, if you lose your strides indoor, wow, good luck. Good luck coming back. And that might be the Achilles when it comes to indoor. That's why there are very few athletes. They don't stack them up in the lanes. They try to give them space because the curves are brutal and you cannot afford those mistakes indoor. Donovan Bailey, Donovan Brazy. I don't know. I have Donovan Bailey, the 100-meter run guy from Canada, mixed up with Donovan Brazier. Yeah, it's a fast name. They are all the same. Okay, they could be cousins. All black people are the same. Huh? What a joke. Okay, Donovan Bailey, Donovan Brazier. Donovan Brazier is a conversation here, guys. I wish him well, but this 800 will be tricky for him because the lineup is good, by the way, guys. We have the McPhillips, the Irish, who won last week in the 600. There's, of course, Opel, my man over here, Bryce Hoppel, Mohamed Atui, the Spaniard. And how does this look? And then we have, yeah, it's a good fit. One thing I like about these golden tours in athletics is that they are not packing the lanes. Don't pack the lanes if you wanna go see good results. Last week, the reason why Josh Owie had a clear path to our record was that it was him and his brother against the clock. You check my episodes. That's it. Clean the track. Let the best be there. And if they are not good enough, they stay in the back. The best go in the front. And this one for me, Brazier and Hoppel and McPhillips. McPhillips last week put a number on these two guys, Donovan and Bryce. I think he does the same here in the 800. Winning time will be I'll give it 144. Nothing faster than that for McPhillips, honestly. If he becomes slow, I don't know what. Do they have a rabbit? It depends. If they have a rabbit, might stretch it. If they don't, Donovan Brazier, is he a front runner? Yes, he's done that. He did that in the World Championship in Doha, and that's how he won. So he can do that. And I think if you look at his body frame, he needs that, he has to see where he's going and where he's stepping. Anything less than that, it might be a struggle for him. So if he takes the front seat on this one, I might give Brazier an edge on this one. Maybe learn from mistakes last week in the 600. Well, it's a toss-up between him, Bryce, and McPhillips. And this one here is unclear. It's a toss-up, I said. 800 meters, looking forward to results on Sunday. And then the event. Let me tell you why it is the event. It's becoming the event because of one reason. We have big names on this one, massive names. We have 4 world champions. We have Cole Hawker. We have Grant Fisher. We have Jodia Beamish from New Zealand. And we have Josh Kerr, the world champion, 1500 meters. This is the clash of the giants indoor right now. That 2K. Is it a 2K? Hold on a minute. I misspoke? No, I didn't. Okay, I didn't misspeak. I didn't misspeak. English. It's a 2-mile race between these big guys. Cole Hawker again, Josh Kerr, Jodia Beamish, and Jake Whitman. Wow, this is a loaded field. Loaded indeed. What? Yes. Why did they say Grant Fisher? Grant Fisher is not doing this one. Okay, who cares? Okay, it's not. Anyway, let me focus on this one here. So Cole Hawker, Josh Kerr, Jordine Beamish, and Jake Whitman Is he Scottish or Brit? Who cares? Isn't that just part of England anyway? It's all about the Queen and the King. I laugh at my own jokes. That's funny. Well, let me dissect this one for a second. The 2 mile race, and those are the big names we are looking at. And Beamish, 3,000 meter guy, he came out of nowhere after having his face plastered and pancaked in the semis, and the pictures were incredible. And then he wins, and he's a world champion. And we have Cole Hawker, who is just tactically superior at the rest of the field. I don't see Joshka in this one winning. I don't see Beamish either. I think Beamish had a moment in the World Championship. I think Cole Hawker last week against, I think 2 weeks ago against Grant Fisher, is figuring out indoor season for himself. It's gonna be a tactical race, and tactically, nobody is better than Cole Hawker. You can mark my words. Cole Hawker, I'll tell you this: why he's a champion, why he beat a big field in that race in the World Championship. No, it's Paris, right? 1500. Yes. Whoa, man, I'm losing my mind today. It's Friday, huh? I think I'm having what I call week fatigue. It's catching up with me. I'm human after all. You know, some of these things, guys, what I share with you guys, I have to read a lot. And sometimes my brain cannot contain the information. You might see my iPad here, but it doesn't have anything to do. I just looking at the names, and then I have to figure out what they're up to. Cole Hawker in this one, 2 mile, wins it. I'm just telling you right now. Cole Hawker has to find a way to win. He's never had a W so far. He hasn't won anything yet. He was beaten by Grant Fisher in a 4:52 in that 2K race that they raced about 2 weeks ago. Here, against this big, good field of world champions, he's going to find a way. He has to find a way. He's a hippie with his long hair. He wins this 2 miler in that field. Joshka, the last time we saw Joshka, he was limping off the field in Tokyo. He has some injury issues. We don't know what he's up to. Beamish is a good indoor guy, by the way. Don't forget, Beamish can be a good indoor New Zealander guy, the Kiwi dude. But for me, Cole Hawker has this one wrapped up quick, and it's going to be a slow 2 miles. I don't see anything quick. I don't see anything exceptional. I don't see war record here. I don't think Millrose will give us war record. It's going to give us fast times. Unless I haven't seen anything anywhere else, it's gonna be fast, exciting times, but no war record. War record happened last week. Back to back war records. Is it possible? If anything, I might have to swallow my words because last year we had an incredible year of war records. We had 1244 Grand Fisher. Nuguse was all over the map. We have the 3,000 war records last year indoor with Grand. It was back to back. Are we going to see the same here in Millrose? Maybe not. But for me, Cole Hawker, I'm giving him an edge in that field in the 2 mile race. And what else do I have to cover on this weekend? This weekend, that's the matter she wrote, my friend. That's all the wrap up I have. I've picked my pick. Hop Kessler against Nuguse. I give Hops his heart. Okay? I'm giving Cole Hawker Doris Lemgole in 3,000 meters against Jen. The BYU Alabama rivalry continues. And the results will be quite obvious to me, maybe to you, but that's why you comment. That's why you subscribe. That's why you like it. That's why you like the voice from these two Koreada. That's what I do. It's a Friday. It's Shabbat. It's been a long week to some people. May you be blessed. May you find peace and rest as the weekend comes around, because Chelsea, West Ham, we just came from Italy, where we humbled the Italians Napoli with our former Conte coach. He had no answer for that. No answer whatsoever. He thought he had it. He was dancing when they scored the second goal. We gave him the blues. That's the mother she wrote, my friend. Chelsea, go, my friend. Can't wait. But that's a tricky game, by the way, because that coach with West Ham, they've been winning. They were on a winning streak. Oh, please, Blues, please don't make my weekend sad. Anyway, sports, my friend, keep telling me what you think because what you think is important to me too. So am I. I hope to you what I tell you. I don't have the truth. I don't have the corner of the truth in sports. You have the last word. Is one against many. Talk to you later, my friend. Thanks for stopping by again. Thanks for your curiosity. And thanks for your loyalty. I appreciate it. Like I said in the beginning, it's inspirational. It's humbling. Shalom, my friend.